immigration issue is taking its toll on the Arizona tourism business between boycotts and bad publicity. But CBS 5 investigative reporter Morgan Lowe tells us there may be money at stake here for an industry you've probably never heard of.
Rancho de la Osa Guest Ranch is part of Arizona history. Its past is as colorful as these walls. Father Kino built it. Pancho Villa attacked it. Lyndon Johnson visited it. How old is this structure?
300 plus.
300 plus years old. Veronica and Richard Schultz used to brag about the ranch's close proximity to Mexico, but that has become a problem. Have you had cancellations because people are afraid of the border?
We have, yes. I can think of at least 6.
Between the economy and boycotts related to SB 1070, tourism in Arizona is down by 10%, and our state's politicians are not helping matters.
Terrorists can come across, the kidnappings and the extortion and the beheadings.
Home invasions, murder.
Out of control and violence has increased.
Does this look safe to you?
During this election cycle, Arizona politicians appear to be touting how dangerous Arizona is. Among the loudest voices is Governor Jan Brewer.
Automobile accidents, extortion, drugs, the spillover with the drug cartels. We're facing all of it.
But a look at the data shows crime in Arizona is down, way down. Murders in Phoenix have dropped 50% since 2003. The violent crime rate across the state has dropped every year since 2004. Even illegal border crossing is down by 49% since 2004.
If you're not into drug trafficking and you're not into human smuggling, you're going to be safe. This is a safe place to live.
But that message is not getting out, and at the state capitol there's real concern that Arizona's new reputation may be hard to shake.
If you're hearing about beheadings and you're hearing about things so drastic occurring, would you want to bring your family and friends here to Arizona?
Governor Brewer rarely holds press conferences, but we tracked her down at an event in Payson last week. When the head of a state goes on national television and says things like headless bodies in the desert, I mean, would you...
I'm not going to comment on that any further in regards to that, but I will tell you, it is the responsibility of the governor to speak to the public and tell them what is happening in Arizona. We got a terrible problem with drug cartels.
According to all of the information we have, Arizona is safer today than it's been in years. And how come you're not getting that message out? Although tourism is taking it on the chin, there is one business that stands to gain tens of millions of dollars from tougher border security and the implementation of measures like SB 1070. It's the private prison system. In Arizona, Corrections Corporation of America, or CCA, holds the federal contract to house detained immigrants. It's worth more than $11 million every month, and that figure could grow exponentially with more immigrants picked up off the streets. Our CBS 5 investigation found 2 of Governor Brewer's top advisors have connections to CCA. Deputy Chief of Staff Paul Sensenman was a lobbyist for the company. His wife is still a registered lobbyist for CCA. Brewer policy advisor Chuck Coughlin owns High Ground Public Affairs, which also represents CCA. Did Paul Sensenman or Chuck Coughlin have any input with you on signing SB 1070 into law?
Okay, we're done.
I mean, are you aware that they were lobbyists for Corrections Corporation of America?
Sorry, Morgan.
Governor, don't you think you should have disclosed that? The governor did not answer those questions.
It's election time shortly.
Meantime, back at the ranch, Richard and Veronica Schultz just hope the election comes and goes. This place survived a real attack from Pancho Villa. It may not survive the war of words we're hearing from politicians.
I think they're covering their own personal interests, and as a consequence, Arizona, the state of Arizona, and its tourism needs are being the sacrificial lambs to some extent.
Governor Brewer's office sent us a written statement this evening saying, in part, Paul Sensenman does not advise the governor on these issues. Corrections Corporation of America also sent us an email saying, in part, they did not lobby at any time anyone in Arizona on the immigration law, nor are we proposing to house detainee immigrants as a result of SB 1070. We put both of those statements on kpho.com. Just look for the 5 Investigates tab.
I'm not a crook.